Good morning, everybody. Thought I would go live this morning. I am getting some reports from National Weather Service on their chat of getting, there are some slick conditions out there, especially in the northern part of KC Metro, where Missouri Department of Transportation, KC Scout, is reporting several crashes in the northern part of KC Metro and north of all the interstates. So thought I would jump on here real quick this morning before everybody heads out on the road. We'll take a quick look at road conditions this morning. I've got exactly 20 degrees here in Clinton, Missouri, so I did put a post last night on the potential for us to watch out for some flash freezing. We got some ice and some snow flurries. We got a little bit of a dusting here in Clinton. As that was coming down and hitting the road temperatures were still rather warm, and it began to melt. But, of course, as that cold front come through so fast, after midnight last night, it began to flash freeze on some surfaces, sidewalks, driveways, and on some roadways. So, anyway, I thought I would get up this morning. We'll take a look at road conditions together and get you guys set up for the morning commute. I was up late last night following and tracking the storms for our nationwide group Torcon as it went through Michigan and early this morning through Ohio. So several tornadoes touched down, lots of reports of damage. No real long-lived tornadoes last night, but nonetheless we did have some damage. Several parts of Illinois, Michigan, and Ohio this morning. So give me just one moment. I got coffee brewing. I'm going to open up our chat here so we can take a look what the road conditions are looking like this morning. Have had a few reports already this morning. Looks like we have one near Sparrowfoot, Highway 13. Roads look clear. Traffic moving at looks like normal speed, which is good news. See what else I can find out here. I'm going to jump over here to road conditions here real quick. We'll take a look. So it does look like most of the road conditions, at least according to MoDOT right now, most of the road conditions throughout West Central Missouri look to be very positive, as the roads seem clear according to MoDOT right now. But I will warn you, bridges, overpasses, exit ramps, please be mindful of them this morning. Sometimes they do not get the exit ramps, and on ramps do not get the coverage from street crews, highway crews, and what the main roadways do. So they can be slick. Bridges and overpasses, they have a lot of metal underneath the asphalt therefore they can be a few degrees colder, and we could have a couple slick spots out there on bridges and overpasses and on and off ramps. So be mindful of that this morning on your morning commute. Timmy, good morning, little buddy. Are you heading up north this morning? Oh man, you're up at 5:46 on your own. Oh my. So not a lot of news coming out from coming out of the National Weather Service office out of Kansas City. Had a few reports from the National Weather Service of about a half inch of snow up in at KCI. So again, we wasn't expecting a whole lot of snow, but being as cold as what it is, just about anything that falls is going to kind of slicken things up a little bit out there. So we just want to make sure when you step outside this morning, make sure you watch yourself on your sidewalks, anything that's not treated, because there are going to be some slick spots out there this morning. Right now, according to MoDOT, all the roads in west central Missouri in and around look like they are in great shape this morning. We wasn't expecting any travel problems, but once I took the dog outside this morning and seen a little bit of a dusting, and I thought, man, we better make sure road conditions this morning. So. Made it to Creighton to get the call. Oh, killer. I guess that's better than getting all the way up there and then them calling it. Well, it looked like as far as the TSP, we didn't have any kind of TSP around the area, so sorry about that, Susan. So it is clearing off. Barometric pressure is rising, which is a good thing. That just means that we got warming temperatures ahead of us. So we're only going to get up to about 40, 41 degrees today. And then we'll heat back up tomorrow to a whopping 54, I believe. And then we start breaking out into the 60s and 70s for the weekend. So you guys are more than welcome to stick around as long as you want. I'm going to stay on for just a little bit for those that might just be getting up, wanting to know what the road conditions are like. I'm going to stay live here for a little while, drinking coffee. going to take a look at a few maps this morning. Just kind of still a little concerning about Sunday and the potential for us to break the cap and get some strong thunderstorms on Sunday. Well, it does look like on the Euro, got some thunderstorms popping up down to the south, right along west central Missouri and points south for Sunday. For those of you just joining, we're just taking a look at road conditions. Everything in west central Missouri seems to be in great shape, according to MoDOT. Until you get north of I-70, they start to have some issues up here, North Kansas City, in that area. So anybody commuting up to North Kansas City and points north, there are going to be a few slick spots. And around here in west central Missouri, just be mindful of the on and off exits and ramps and bridges and overpasses. We could have a slick spot or two on those surfaces, so make sure to be mindful of that on your commute this morning. But other than that, everything looked really good. Even though we got a little bit of a dusting out there, we do have some flash freezing on some sidewalks and driveways. I can attest to that. So you'll probably want to go out and start your vehicles before you head out this morning. Warm them up. There'll be some ice on the windshields. So currently right now I am just taking a look at some of the models and some of the data that's coming in for this weekend storm on Sunday into Monday. So this particular map is, this model is actually showing the Cape, the amount of energy, potential energy in the atmosphere to help fuel severe thunderstorms. And this is for Sunday afternoon. And notice we have a pretty good plume of Cape. And if you think back into the old high school or college days in physics, when you're talking about how energy is measured in joules, and that is exactly what Cape is measured in, is joules per kilogram. So we do have lots of energy that's going to be in west central Missouri for Sunday. We're going to have plenty of moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, as well as temperatures in the 70s. So we're just needing the cap to break. We need a trigger to be able to set off some thunderstorms, and that is what I'm keeping a close eye on as we go toward Sunday and the rest of the week, keeping an eye on for the potential of seeing some strong thunderstorms on Sunday. So most of the models right now are not showing any kind of initiation. But with this time of year, with this much energy available, and going right over west central Missouri, so this is the reason why I'm kind of focusing on this storm system on Sunday, because it's going to be going on right around church time from about noon on. So that's one of the reasons why I am keeping a close eye on this. So, and again, we're talking about Sunday. Right now, we were taking a look at road conditions. It's clear. I've got 20 degrees here in Clinton. Concerned a little bit about some flash freezing out there, in which there are some on sidewalks and driveways, but the roadways look great according to MoDOT road condition maps right now for your commute this morning. So just make sure you start your car up a little early. There is some ice on the windshield. Be careful on the sidewalks. So not seeing any reports of any kind of school cancellations north of I-70 as of yet. And again, I was just looking at some of the conditions as we get closer to Sunday. This here was the map of the Cape. That's the convective available energy that's in the atmosphere that can help fuel severe thunderstorms. So it is still showing a nice plume of energy right up through west central Missouri for Sunday. So we're gonna have an axis of very high dew points and moisture. That's this darker purple area.
They don't want to do it, Trevor.
So we will have plenty of moisture. We're gonna have, you can see as this comes through, you'll see the dry line, that dry air trying to push in behind it. That's the leading edge of the front. And as that front moves through, that with all that convective available energy, and we got moisture, we've got a cold front. We're just we're trying to analyze the data to determine whether or not there's going to be enough oomph behind it to be able to break the cap. And if that cap breaks, we can have several rounds of severe storms on Sundays. So just going through some of the model data on that. Now, it looks like we're going to be around 75 degrees on Sunday. And then we'll see that cold front trying to nudge its way in. And that's what's going to set up the possibility for severe storms if we can break the cap. We got a cold 20 degrees here in Clinton this morning. I'm just doing a little bit of an extended live stream this morning for those just waking up, looking outside, seeing we've had a little dusting of snow, wondering what the road conditions are like. And right now, MoDOT is showing all the roads in and out of west central Missouri are in great shape, all clear. But want to throw just kind of a caution out there. Be mindful of the on and off ramps, the bridges and the overpasses. We could have some slick spots out there on the roadways, even though the majority of them are clear. Just be mindful as you go across those bridges and overpasses and on ramps. So right now, I've had a couple reports come in via our Facebook group. Road conditions are good for right now. 13 highway, north and southbound are in good shape. So if anybody are just coming in, maybe working third shift, if you're just coming in and out on the roads, feel free to throw a comment out there in our Facebook group. Let people know how the road conditions are. That is very, very helpful for those having to get out this morning on their way to work. Take a look over here on the Kansas side. Looks like everything's in great shape over on the Kansas side until you get up north and west of Topeka. But all the roads on both sides of the state line look to be in good shape this morning. And again, just kind of taking a look at the model data on our system for this weekend. This will be our next storm system after Sunday that we're keeping a close eye on. And that's coming in from the 8th to the 10th of March. And see that big area of a trough that's going right across Missouri. That is also setting up to be a possible severe event, followed up by some wintry precipitation on the backside of this thing. But for Sunday, keeping an eye on this little burger. So if that should happen to sway just a little bit further south, would put us into a more favorable position to see some severe thunderstorms on Sunday. Right now, with the latest data still showing staying up to the north, and we can thank this in part from El Nino that is down here to the south. We have that El Nino is keeping that low pressure system from trekking a little bit further south, but we're keeping an eye on this as we go closer to Sunday. So from one model run to another model run, things can change, and all we need is for that to drop down about 100 miles, which it sounds like a lot, but that's about a speck of dust on the grand scheme of things. So we'll be watching that very closely. It's picking up a pretty good solid line of thunderstorms. Which this is actually better to see a line of storms than seeing some individual cells when you're looking at reflectivity, because that's typically when you see the individual cells they're going to be more supercellular, meaning they have the better potential to produce tornadic supercells. So a line of storm, typically you get your strong straight line winds, hail, and then possibly a spin up tornado, but they're very weak and they're short lived. So when you see this is actually a good indicator that it's going to be a more linear style event, which is actually good news for the area, instead of supercells capable of producing tornadoes. So that is encouraging. So models are starting to show a little bit more. It wasn't showing any precipitation here in Missouri on Sunday, the last couple model runs. So this was two model runs ago at the same time, and it wasn't showing any precipitation here in Missouri. And now it's starting to pick up on some of these conditions. And we go to the latest run this morning, and now it's starting to show the possibility of seeing some thunderstorms here in west central Missouri. So anyway, it's trending to be an active day on Sunday, but we're still way too far out right now. Many things can change, and it's all basing upon the fact of that low pressure system sinking a little bit further south. If it should happen to move just a little bit further north, it will completely take us out of the potential of any kind of rainfall, and we will stay partly cloudy, partly sunny skies, and in the 70s on Sunday. So lots to look for. All right, guys. So, and again, there's not a lot going on this morning. I jumped on here just to kind of give you guys kind of a heads up on road conditions. When you look outside and see a dusting of snow, you kind of wonder what the road conditions are like. So we are at 20 degrees here in Clinton. All the road conditions in and out of west central Missouri look to be in great shape. According to MoDOT, be mindful of bridges, overpasses, and on and off ramps. If you're traveling north of I-70, northwest Missouri, they are having some road condition issues up there in the north. So the KC Scout is showing several accidents up in North Kansas City right now. So please be mindful of that. I have been watching National Weather Service chat, and everything pretty quiet. Here about a couple hours ago, they were getting reports of a lot of ice on the roadways and some motor vehicle accidents in the northern part of KC Metro. So anyway, we want to make sure you guys have a safe commute this morning. Right now, everything looks great. Watch out for sidewalks and driveways, as we might be seeing a little bit of ice on your steps, on car windshields. So make sure you get out and start your vehicles this morning to get some of that ice melted off of your windshield before you head out on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning and get another cup of coffee. So if anybody has Any questions, feel free to message me, and I will keep updating you guys on the potential of seeing any storms on Sunday. Right now, we're looking at about the noon time and after if the storms will fire up. We are dependent on a cap that is in place, and it needs to break or show signs that it will erode, and we will see thunderstorms. Otherwise, will be sunshine and 76 for Sunday. And then we'll begin to talk about the next storm system coming in around the 8th. So everybody enjoy the day, take it easy, drive safe, and have a great rest of the morning. And I'll be talking to you soon.